What's up, guys? Welcome to the video. I've been thinking about doing this video for a long time, but I just haven't had the time to figure out how I wanted to do the video. But then rather than not doing the video, I just figured I'd just shoot from the hip like I kind of always do. So just another morning here, feeling like I always do, super grateful for what God has blessed me with financially and just family wise and everything else. So let me take this vest off here and get serious about things. I'm gonna actually go into the shop office, so we'll see how that goes. Class is in session. Hopefully this will work. Shut the alarm off. I think it's on. Oh, it's not even on. Okay. This is stupid. Shouldn't complain about this, but our cleaning lady is going to be here in an hour. I guess I got to clean before she comes. I don't know if you guys know what that's about, but pretty ridiculous. It's kind of like more work. I don't know. Let me see if I can get this out. Make it a little bit shorter than I was planning on. Okay, so I just can't believe how trucking is. I believe how it's changed my life, but it's just crazy how good of a business it is. I'm gonna do something for you guys. Okay, so this is straight up out of Rich Dad Poor Dad. There's 4 different quadrants. So what I want to do is I want to break down the quadrants for you guys, which are the different ways of making income from just in life, the different ways of making income. So I'm going to break that down, and then I'm going to break down all the different multiple streams of income in trucking. The key is that you got to get past being an owner-operator. And you got to get past doing everything yourself. Those are the 2 keys. That might be where you start, but that doesn't need to be where you end up. And you can't be afraid of working your tail off to get to the point where your end goal is to work yourself out of a job. Okay, I'm just looking for I wanted to show you that I'm just taking this right out of the book here. But I'm having a hard time finding the diagram. Robert Kiyosaki calls it I think he calls it the quadrants. What's up, guys? Whoever's in here, just give me a thumbs up. If you have any questions, I will try to answer them. But today is, unfortunately, like I said, my wife just texted me and told me that the cleaning lady's coming, which means I have to go do some cleaning before the lady gets here. Unbelievable. What's up, guys? Welcome to the video. I'm looking for the heck. Anyways, so this is kind of cool. I'm in my office. The wall is a whiteboard wall, but I don't have an eraser, so I'm gonna see if I can find something to wipe it off with. Just use a couple Kleenexes I get. Okay, so the quadrants, I know what they are, but I just wanted to see what you get. Oh, look at that. Okay, so the E is employee. The S, there's an ES, B, and a I. Okay, employee, small business, business, investor. Another Robert Kiyosaki book here. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to break down Rich Dad Poor Dad for trucking, like specifically for trucking and how crazy of a business it is. Like, it's so crazy of a business, guys. It's a good business. Gosh, I cannot find. I don't know why. It should be super easy to find this. It's like his. Here it is. So this is kind of how he. It's exactly. So that's how they got it. ESBI. I don't know what these numbers mean on here, but so relating this to somebody that's getting started in business, or just getting started in the industry, you go and you get a job. Okay, so this is a job. You work for about, I mean, you as a job, as a trucking, somebody that works for a trucking company, you can work your way up the ladder. Look at that ladder. When you have no experience, you're going to make less because you don't know what you're doing, because you don't have the connections and you don't have any experience. But then as you get more experience, you could be at a really good job that pays you percentage of the load, but you just don't even know or have the belief that you can make the type of money that you think you need to make. So it's not uncommon for people that drive trucks to grow six figures as an employee. It's just not, okay? And for the little bit amount of schooling that it takes to do it, that's awesome. Now, does everybody make that kind of money? No, they don't. If you're in here and you haven't, give me a thumbs up. So basically, an E is, according to Robert Kiyosaki, the problem with being an E is you can't leverage yourself, and employees pay the most taxes. Okay, so that's the problem. Like, if you're watching my channel, hopefully you're into trucking and you probably are motivated to be your own boss, which is more about what this channel is about really than anything, is just being an entrepreneur. Okay, so there's nothing wrong with this, but basically this is basically the come up. So you start here, you make more money, and you have the opportunity to work harder than most any other job. And because you're willing to work harder, you can stack your money up so you can save money. By the way, this is not how I got where I am today. I didn't start here. I did not start there because I started doing lawn care at a lower cost of entry and saved and worked my butt off that way. But a lot about getting ahead in life is about being willing to work as many hours as it takes to get the job done, and being and saving your money, and like if you go work at Walmart, you're not going to be able to work hard enough to work yourself into a good situation because they don't want to pay overtime. They don't want to, they're not even paying 40 hours anymore. So you got to get to a job that can pay you, like something like I'm saying, like trucking. Okay, but I'm gonna say that because of what this is, you want to work your way to the right side of the quadrants. according to Robert Kiyosaki, and I agree with this. If this is where you want to go, like what I'm saying is if your goal is to work less and to not have as much responsibility, then you don't really want to be on this side. You probably just want to stay over here, which is totally fine. It just depends on what somebody's goals are. Okay, so first off, you drive for somebody, then you come down to the S. Okay, this is for small business. Now, with the small business, what basically that would be is an owner operator truck driver. Even me having 7 trucks, that would be considered a small business. But really what this means is somebody that has a linear income that cannot leverage their time and money. So basically, they're trading time for dollars at a higher scale. So that would be like an owner operator truck driver, someone that's leased on to somebody. They're making more than the average person, but they're still working and exchanging time for dollars. So, like I say, that would be an owner operator truck driver. That would be a lawyer that doesn't have a firm. That's just, he has a firm, but he's the expert, and that's it. When he stops working, when he stops taking on clients, he's not making any money. Okay, a doctor, a dentist, they're small businesses like insurance agents, realtors. They make really good money, but when they stop working, then their income stops coming in. Obviously, there's exceptions to this. Don't hold me to it, but that's basically what I'm talking about. Okay, so that's small business. Generally, the small business people pay the most in taxes. They don't really have a lot of the write-offs. I guess. I mean, I feel like there's still write-offs that they can take, but it's harder to write. I mean, after you make so much money, if you're a one truck driving company, you don't need 5 trucks. You don't need to keep on getting trucks to write off. You just run out of write-offs. Okay. Now, B is for big business, which is technically 500 plus employees, according to Robert Kiyosaki. But the main thing is, for me, realistically, and he talks about this himself, because I don't believe he even has a company that has 500 employees. But the main thing is that you want to transition your small business to the B side. And if you want to do that, your goal shouldn't be how much money you can make. It should be how much time do you have to do whatever it is that you want to do and still be able to live off of your income that you are making passively. Passively, in my definition of passive income, it's money that you create without like doing the labor for it. It's not like it's not effortless. Like this morning I had to go and basically work. I had things that I needed to do, but none of that stuff is paying me, because I'm working for free technically, so that other people can work for me and I can make money off of them. Okay, so that's my goal, is to never be trapped in a situation where I have to go out and make money. And I'm in that situation now, but when I first started, I worked harder than I needed to so that I could work myself out of a job, so that I could get to here. So the priorities for me wasn't to have the best jobs keep the best jobs for myself, not to have the nicest truck for myself. It's to make sure that everybody working for me is happy to continue to work for me so that I can do what I want to do, what I like to do, hang out with my family, still continue to drive when need be, when I want to, do videos like this, kind of give back to the community, and then just do whatever else I want to do. So basically, a big business, you are leveraging people, connections, assets to make money without your labor involved, if that makes sense. Okay. Now I is investing. Now, like now what he's basically talking about in I is real estate and stocks, but he's not really a stock investor guy, so we're mostly real estate, right? So the strategy is in business is you buy a business that pays for your real estate, and then you avoid, it really helps with the taxes, okay? Not avoid paying taxes, but it helps eliminate your tax liability. So to give you an example so basically in trucking, the different ways that you can make money in all these categories is obviously as an employee, you're driving. You work your way over here to being having a small business where you're the only one driving your truck. When you stop driving, then you stop making money. From here, you work your way up here to owning multiple trucks, owning trailers, okay? And then you still drive, but you have drivers, and you're making money off of your assets. Then you move down here. The goal is to move to here, and the reason that you're down here is because you need a place for your trucks to park. You've made connections with other truck drivers that need a place to park. Now they're paying for your investments. Okay. I also feel like you can run a trucking company by hiring a CEO, and you can just be on the management team, and now you have an investment that's almost not even a business. It's just an investment. You get a dividend check from your business. You're on the management team, but you're not even in the day-to-day operations of the business. Okay. I think it's doable. I think it's doable on a small scale, if that was your goal. If you don't want to make $200,000 a year, you can live off of $50,000 a year, but you have a $200,000 revenue stream. You could, I could definitely hire somebody at $150,000 a year. I'm pretty sure someone would want to work for me, and they could do what I do, which is, I don't know what it is, whatever it is you want to say that I'm doing right now. But, that's something that could happen. So in practicalities, now what I want to do is I want to just talk to you guys about the different income streams in trucking, that just makes me smile. It's just crazy, like how much money is in trucking. Okay, so I'm just gonna write them. I'm gonna try to remember them. Let's see here, what do I want to do? I'll just write them here. So one is just trucking in general. Trucking. 2, brokering. 3, rentals. Renting out equipment. 4, land. Leasing land. 5, having a mechanic. 6, fleet cards. There's probably more, like I say, I didn't write this out, I'm shooting from the hip. But there's 6 ways right there that somebody, you don't have to be some huge company that you can make money on. And I don't make money these 6 ways on everything, but basically let me give you an example. So trucking, just doing the trucking. You got trucking. Brokering. The crazy thing about brokering is it's an infinite return. It basically costs no money to create money out of thin air. Okay, so it's creating money. You're not making it. You're actually creating money with brokering. It's an absolute amazing thing. Rentals. Basically, you're becoming your own client through, you have a database, you have relationships, you know people, and you're creating value for people. Okay, so you're like, I have an extra trailer sitting around that is being rented, that I could rent out to another company that needs it. Okay, or you could even rent trucks or whatnot, or equipment or whatever it is. Land. The only reason that I live in this house, well, not the only reason, but this house, a lot of this house is being paid for by the trucking company that I live at, because I lease out, I personally lease my shop in this land to my business, and then my business pays for it. Okay, which is a tax thing. But land, and then the land appreciates in value. Okay, mechanic. If you need a mechanic, you are saving yourself money, but you can also bill out more. Okay, if you are in the trucking industry, then you know people that also know that it's a problem trying to be respected and getting stuff done in a timely manner. So there's no reason that, and the thing about trucking is that you as a trucking company have the advantage, because trucking, a mechanic shop is like somebody like me that is an independent trucker. What's going on, Cassius King? Good to see you. So basically, an independent trucker is like myself. I have to make money off of somebody else. A mechanic shop has to make money off of, they have to actually make money to make it make sense. Okay, so they can't hire a mechanic, so they got to have a spread, is basically what I'm saying. So basically, like a mechanic, let me see if I can, I'm trying to just coming up with this on the fly, but so like a mechanic, let's say their hourly rate for the shop rate's $100 an hour. Okay, they gotta, then they charge they pay their mechanics $30 an hour. So then there's, what is that, 70, 80, 80, 70, 80, 90, 100, 80. So they pay, so then their spread is $80. That's what they have, and then they have their shop expenses and stuff like that. So they got a profit margin in that realm. But basically, it's the same with trucking. I have to hire a driver to do a job, and then I have to still make money off of it. But if I'm a trucking company and I have a mechanic, I could pay that mechanic top wages, because instead of going to a shop and spending $100, I could hire the best mechanic around for $50, and I'm saving $50. Thanks, Jack. More into you. Thanks for letting me know that. If you would, give me a thumbs up. So basically, I'm saving $50. So like, you're looking at it from a cost reduction standpoint, and that's like, so that would be a simple way to be your own client in trucking, is just to have a mechanic. And then the mechanic then can go out and do other things for you to make income. Okay? So that's another stream of income. Number 6, fleet cards. I always encourage, and it's not a secret, because I just don't want to take advantage of people, but you know, if you can afford it, you want to pay for your own fuel, okay? Whenever somebody's taking care of you, they're probably skimming off the top. What do I mean by that? Well, if somebody's providing a trailer for you, then they should make some money off of that trailer, right? If somebody's giving you a fuel card because you can't afford your own fuel, then more than likely they should make some money off of that. Okay, so I can tell you all day long that you don't want to do it, but if you can't afford, then sometimes you just do what you need to do to get to the point where you want to go. And there's nothing wrong with somebody providing a fuel card to you, but it shouldn't be your end game. You should be able to get by that. But what I'm saying is that if I do that, then you're making money off of that. And you're actually adding value. Because like what I'm saying by this is, my fuel card gets me about 20 to 50 cents off per gallon. So if they don't have a fuel, and I have to pay the fuel weekly, so I can't run up a balance. I have to pay it off every week. So 20 cents, 50 cents a gallon times, you know, whatever that is, I'm paying that, and then I'm making the difference, but they can't afford to do it any other way. They can't pay their balance off every week like I can. So I'm saving them the interest on their credit card, and they're just paying the normal rate. Now, that was if I was doing that. Right now, I don't even do that with anybody. But I'm just saying, that's a way that you can add value, and it's additional stream of income just in trucking. So basically, I gotta go, but the main thing that you guys gotta understand is that there is a lot of money in trucking. There's a lot of people that have failed at trucking on YouTube saying that it's not a good business and this and that. Meanwhile, it's changing people's lives and people are getting ahead doing it. And there's nothing wrong with being an employee, a small business owner, a big business, or an investor. And the crazy thing about trucking is you can work your way from 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then you can get in where you want to be. So that's all I want to say. I hope you guys liked the video. Thanks for stopping in, and we'll see you